Today we'll be discussing about the sensory receptors, and these are the sensory receptors. They send information to the CNS, and accordingly the CNS takes the action through the motor unit. So the general function of nervous system we have already discussed. It receives the information from sensory input, and after receiving the information is processed in the CNS. That is called integration, and accordingly, if it necessary, then through the motor unit it will go to the effector organ. It may be muscle or other organ, and accordingly the muscle react. And the sensory receptors, these are receptors which are stimulated by the environmental stimuli or any changes which is occur in the muscle effector, where the motor neuron also act upon it, and from the effector there are some sensory receptor. For example, the stretch of the muscle. So how much muscle is stretched, that information also sent to the sensory information and to the CNS. So this is as a common function or general function of the nervous system. It receives the information and process it, and through the motor unit it will react upon the organ or the tissue. For example, suppose you have put your hand upon a hot object. So the receptors are stimulated because that hot object, it is damaging your tissue. So those receptors are stimulated and it will process in the CNS, and through the motor unit the muscle will contract, and you can able to retract back your hand from the hot object. So these receptors, they will receive send information, integration, and the action. So this is the general function of the nervous system. So this is the brain and the spinal cord and the skin, which have many receptors. Here the pain and cold receptor, these are nothing but the free nerve ending. So these free nerve endings are stimulated when there is pain or there is hot, or which can damage the tissue. So when these receptors are stimulated, and it will, through the sensory neuron, it will send the information to the CNS in a specific area, and the CNS will analyze the pain or the cold or hot. For example, the pressure receptor, pressure or vibration, the Pacinian corpuscle. So when there is pressure upon the skin, this corpuscle will deform, and accordingly the sensory neurons are stimulated, and they take the information to the brain, and accordingly the brain will send the information through the motor unit. And these are touch receptors. Because of this receptor we can able to feel the touch, and touch receptors or vibration, pressure receptors, because of this receptor we can able to sense the pressure, vibration of our skin. And muscle spindle, they will detect it will send the information to the CNS, and accordingly it will act upon the muscle. So we have discussed about the unipolar neuron. Unipolar neuron, it has only one process. So this neuron, unipolar neuron, one process, it has a this process is fused with the axon and the dendrite. So this is skin. When the receptor are stimulated through this processes, it will go to the cell body, and through the cell body, through the axon, it will go to the spinal cord, and from the spinal cord it sends to the brain. So the same thing, the unipolar neuron in this area play a very significant role, because one process, it attach with the sensory receptors, and another axon, it takes away the information from the cell body to the spinal cord, and from the spinal cord to the brain for processing. So these are the receptors. When they are stimulated, they send signal to the CNS. So these receptors we can find in epidermis, the free nerve ending. These are free nerve endings. These free nerve endings and the hair follicle at the base, it is also attached with the neurons, sensory neurons. In this area, this is the dermis of the skin. The dermis layer, we have Pacinian corpuscle and hair follicle. The movement of the hair follicle also, these neurons are stimulated. We have Meissner's corpuscle, Merkel disc. So nociceptor or the thermoreceptor, these are the free nerve ending. When there is temperature, so when the tissue is about to undergo damaging, so these nerve fibers are stimulated and they will send signal to the, they will take the information to the CNS or the spinal cord. Then mechanoreceptor, these are sensitive in touch, vibration, or pressure. Meissner's receptors, Meissner's corpuscle, they are sensitive to touch and vibration. Merkel's corpuscle, pressure. Pacinian corpuscle, high frequency vibration, and also the pressure. Hair follicle, touch. Hair follicle, when we wear clothes, so these hair follicles are banded, and when the hair follicles are banded through the nerve ending, it will send the information and we can feel that one. And this hair follicle, movement of the hair follicle also stimulate these neurons, and that sent to the CNS for analysis. The Rufinus corpuscle is stretch. The muscle spindle we have shown in a previous slide. The proprioception means every posture of our body, which muscle have to contract, which muscle have to relax. So every information, how much muscle is stretched, every information that sends to the CNS. So how the receptors are stimulated? For example, I have taken this example of Pacinian corpuscle. These are sensitive to vibration as well as pressure. Suppose this is the resting membrane potential. Inside is negative. This corpuscle, it is made up with layers, and within this layer we have the fluid. And this corpuscle, it is attached with the sensory neuron. This is sensory neuron inside. The resting membrane potential inside is negative, outside is positive. So when there is deformation, suppose the pressure is given upon the skin, and because of that there is deformation of the layer and the fluid movement will occur. And due to this movement, the membrane potential will change from negative to positive, because there will be opening of the some positive channel, for example sodium channel, when there is deformation. So it will occur depolarization, and then it will send the information toward the cell body, and the action potential may be generated. So the depending upon the deformation, how much is strong force it is or stimulus it is. The smallest stimulus, small generation of membrane potential or receptor. These are called receptor potential when there is depolarization in the end of the receptor. These are due to the stimulation of the receptor, whatever the change occurs in the membrane potential, those are receptor potential. So if it give a strong stimulus, then more depolarization or the magnitude will be increased. Next slide, it will be clear. So these are receptor potential. When in previous slide we have talked about the Pacinian corpuscle. When the deformation occurs in the Pacinian corpuscle, and that information causes the changes of the membrane potential, and that is called receptor potential. So when the receptor potential able to take the threshold potential, there will be generation of action potential. So here If the stimulus magnitude is very high, strong stimulus, then receptor potential will increase. Suppose this is the stimulus. If you give the strong stimulus, then receptor potential, the magnitude, it may increase. But the axon potential magnitude will not increase, but the frequency of axon potential will increase. And that frequency of axon potential, it will tell the CNS that there is really a much strong stimulus. So the CNS or the neurons will only understand the axon potential. When there is more frequency, means there is more sensitive object which is stimulating the receptor. So how the mechanism occurs, how the receptor potential occurs. So when there is when the receptor potential is when the receptors are stimulated, for example, in the previous slide, Pacinium corpuscle. Let me go back. Okay. So when the deformation occurs in the Pacinium corpuscle, the depolarization occurs. So it is due to maybe entry of opening of the sodium channel. If the stimulus is more strong, then more sodium channel will enter in the sensory neuron. So the frequency will increase. So these are receptor potential, which is due to permeability of the membrane for ions, and the opening of the ions due to the stimulation of the receptor. For example, it may be sodium channel for excitation, depolarization. So let us see the classification of receptors. Classification of receptors are based on modality of sensation, based on location, based on adaptability. So today we will discuss the modality of sensation, based on modality of sensation. So based on the modality of sensation, modality of sensation, okay, modality of sensation. So let us see what is modality of sensation. Sensation that we experience. For example, pain, sight, sound, smell, temperature. So those are called modalities of sensation. So based on the modalities of sensation, those receptors are classified into mechanoreceptor, thermoreceptor, nociceptor, and electromagnetic receptor, and chemoreceptor. Mechanoreceptor, we have discussed one mechanoreceptor, that is Pacinium corpuscle, detect mechanical compression or stretch, deformation. It may be touch, pressure, vibration, and cutaneous tactile receptors. These are all mechanoreceptors. Baroreceptors, we have discussed, due to the stretch of the arterial wall, these baroreceptors are stimulated. Hair cell in our ear, those are mechanoreceptors. Thermoreceptor, these are free nerve ending that detect the cold and hot. Nociceptor, these are called pain receptors. Pain receptors are also called, they are called nociceptors. They detect the damage occurring in the tissue. It may be physical or the chemical. Physical may be any sharp object or hard object that is causing damage to your tissue. Then those free nerve endings are stimulated, and they takes the information to the CNS for quick action. And chemical, if there is chemical damage, chemical falling upon your skin, and that chemical damaging your tissue, then pain receptors are stimulated. So electromagnetic receptors detect light on the retina of the eye. For example, rods and cones, these are very common to us. Rods and cones, they will detect the electromagnetic wave. Chemoreceptor, it detects taste, smell, oxygen level in the blood, osmolality of the body fluid, carbon dioxide concentration. We have discussed about before about carotid bodies that detects the partial pressure of oxygen. So these are the receptors. Different receptors are stimulated in different modalities. For example, touch, vibration, hot, and temperature. So these are the receptors. Some are placed in the very superficial layer of the skin, and then little bit deeper of the skin layer. So these receptors, they have their functions are different. So different names of the receptor, their functions are different. So today, this much we have discussed about the mechanoreceptors. So for example, Meissner receptor, touch and vibration, it can stimulate it when there is 100 hertz or more than 100 hertz. So their vibration like Pacinian corpuscle, 100 to 400 hertz, they're sensitive within this range. So we will discuss the next class the based on the locality of the receptors.